Right, test. So I'm gonna try and see, because honestly, the rest of this video just doesn't mean anything to me. So I was thinking I'll just skip all of it, just go straight to the bit that actually matters to me, which is Pokemon ZL, or Pokemon Legends ZA, right? So let's just test this. Ooh, there we go. Okay, immediately the models look really good. Like, look how good the models look. The models, hang on. The models look really good. But then, like, you see the fucking... Hang on. I can't hear the video at all, actually. Hang on. I'm trying to get the video to work. I think I'm going crazy. I can't hear it. Like, I know I have it paused right now, but I can't hear it overall. Like, is it because this is playing? Let me just pause that and see. Oh, it is. Hang on. Maybe I can have both and just have... Yeah, the models look really good. I love the fact that you can dodge now. That's really cool. Also, we've seen this guy before, haven't we? ZA. Couldn't remember if it was AZ or ZL.
Pokemon Legends ZA is a new title in the Pokemon series. The story takes place in Lumiose City, the largest city in the Kalos region. Prism Tower stands tall at the center of this city of beautiful vistas.
It's funny, like, this is a good example of what I'm talking about. Like, the models look good, right? But then you look at the grass. It's just the texture. It's like, I'm not usually one who's one for graphics. I usually don't give a fuck about graphics. But, like, look at this. It's flat. It's flat. Everything else looks a-okay. I suppose it looks decent, but the models look really good. Like, you can see it with the player model and the rival character, which is, I forget the boy's name, Urbain or something, and Tina. Like, yeah, the models look alright. It's just like, look at this. Look how flat that is. There's no need for it to look that ugly. Like, I know that the Switch is not a powerful console. It's not supposed to be a powerful console. I'm not asking for power from the Switch. But, like, we have other games that look gorgeous, that look good. And then you have fucking Pokemon, that's one of its main IPs, one of Nintendo's main IPs, looking like this. It's like, come on. You have the resources. You have, like, the money to make this better. Use it, please. But at the same time, I also know that, like, so Japan has this horrific work ethic, whereas, like, work until you drop type of mentality, and that's some bullshit. So, like, I don't know. I don't know. It's the duality of it. It's like, you could do better than this. There's probably a reason why you're not doing better.
Lumiose is undergoing a high-tech urban redevelopment plan to turn it into a city that people and Pokemon truly share. After you arrive in Lumiose City to see the sights, you'll meet 3 Pokemon, one of which will become your first partner.
Also,
Chikorita, Tepig, and Totodile. Choose one of these Pokemon.
So, to yeah, I was gonna say it right. So when it comes to these three, right, the thing is in Black and White, I had the opportunity to have Tepic, right? So for me, he's like immediately X'd out because I've already had a game where I could have him before, whereas I've never had the opportunity to have uh what's his name? Um, what's his name? What's his name? Totodile and Chikorita. I've never had the opportunity of having either of these guys before, so obviously I'm going to go for one of them. Usually I'm a fire girl, and my second up is grass, usually. I really, really like Chikorita, right? And in my mind's eye before this game, Chikorita's evolved forms were not, because like I thought the middle form was the last form. I was like, ugh, I don't like that form. It's kind of to me. I'd rather keep her as Chikorita than have her evolve into that. But I found out later on that it's actually the middle form, and there's a third form after it. And I was like, oh, okay. Like the third form is not the best third form overall, but it's better than the middle form. So at first when I saw Chikorita, I was like, I'll probably go for Chikorita because I always love how cute she is. But if I get her, I probably won't evolve her. And you know you need to evolve your starter in order to like complete the Pokedex. I'm not one for completing the Pokedex, but at the same time, the starters are like the easiest to like fill in, and they're the only way to fill in their like thing. So if you don't evolve your Pokemon, you don't get their entries in the Pokedex, which is fucking ridiculous at my point, but whatever. So I'd have to like, you know, it's just a thing for me that like I find that annoying that like the only way you can get your starter Pokemon's like information, the their evolution line in the Pokedex is to evolve them. And if you're in this position where you don't want to evolve your Pokemon because you like their original forms, they're like, hang on, yeah, I was thinking that I would be covering Chikorita. If you're in a position where you like their original forms and you don't want to evolve them, you don't see the rest of the line, at least not in the Pokedex anyway. So again, Tepic is X out for me because I've had the opportunity to have him before. I'm pretty sure I still have Black and White, so I can just replay it and get a Tepic, you know, easy peasy. So probably Chikorita is going to be my choice, but on a second playthrough, I will get the Totodile. The thing is, like with the Totodile, I will absolutely evolve the Totodile, which is funny. If I get the Chikorita, I won't evolve it. Probably, more than likely, I won't be evolving it. But if I get the word that's coming to me is Squirtle, but it's not a Squirtle. It's a what's the word? It's I've said it a second ago and I've lost it again. Totodile. If I get the Totodile, I will actually evolve it. So it comes down to in the moment, which one do I want? Honestly, I really love Chikorita. She's such a cute Pokemon. I really want a Chikorita. But I won't evolve her more than likely. Either that or I'll like if there's a way to like breed her and I'll get an egg, I'll just keep a Chikorita because I love Chikorita. She's just so cute. I think there's so many instances when it comes to the starter Pokemons when it comes to the starters, there's just so many like times where I don't want to evolve them. I just want to keep them in their cute original forms because the original forms are always cute, and then the middle form is always like this teenage awkward phase where they just look ugh. And then the third evolve form, the last evolve form, it's up to really you as a person whether you tend to like the third evolve forms. I should look into like what the other evolve forms are. I should maybe do like a tier list or something of like, do I like your third form or not? But yeah, it usually the third form, whether it's liked or not, usually comes down to you as a person. But I've been finding for the last handful of generations, I've not been particularly fond of the third forms of any of the starters. So for the most part, I'm always usually just like, I want to keep the original forms. Yeah, probably a Chikorita is my choice. probably. Because like she's the one I want the most of all of them, but I won't evolve her. And then on next playthrough, I'll get the Totodile and I will evolve him. And that's to say, like I might evolve the Chikorita. I don't know. I'd have to kind of like talk myself into it. But like, yeah. I'll probably get the Chikorita and I'll probably won't evolve her, but we'll see. You know what I mean? I love this form so much. It's so cute. So cute. Right, go back to this.
To accompany you on a new journey as you get to know Lumio City and its inhabitants.
Yeah, better not have the music on.
Here are some of the colorful characters you'll encounter.
This stuff as well.
When you arrive in Lumios, you'll meet a new friend and ally. Either Urbain or Taunie.
Either Urbain or Taunie. Alright, so either Urbain or Taunie. Oh yeah, and it literally says here, right? Let me get this. Yeah. Which character you meet will depend on the appearance you choose for yourself in-game. Right? The way I interpret that, and the way the trailer sort of implies to us, is that if you pick a male character, right? If you pick the male character, you get Tawny, you get the girl. If you pick a female character as a playable character for yourself, you get the male character, Urbain. And this implies something to me that I am both looking forward to, but I'm also upset by. Right, my thought process on it is, because this is a topic I brought up with friends years ago. Whereas the topic was that like, because I'm aromantic, right? I don't tend to enjoy, like, this is a bit up there. Like, I'm a shipper. I read fan fiction, right? But I don't tend to enjoy romances, like mainstream romances, solely because, especially when it comes to straight romances, it becomes this thing in media where romance is like such a like commonplace thing. It's always there. That's become boring and stale. The only reason why I love AO3 and fanfiction so much is because it's the gay shit. And when it comes to that, there's actual chemistry and actual, you know, like there's actual chemistry there. But when it comes to straight couples, it's become so quote unquote normalized for a man and woman to be like romantically involved that writers don't tend to actually write actual chemistry between them. It's usually just man, woman spent 2 seconds in the same room together. Obviously, that's the main lead and the female lead, and they're going to get together at some point. They don't try to do any kind of chemistry or build up or anything. They don't even get them to like form a friendship, and we're just expected to believe that they're like, you know, together forever or whatever, or soulmates and shit. Is like, with gay shit, it actually has to be built up. It actually, like, it usually starts with like friendship that can go on. It usually starts with this and goes on. It's like, and so they end up having to be written like essentially like fated soulmates in order to like heavily subtext like, yes, these two are a thing, but because of censorship bullshit, we can't actually have them kiss on screen, but they are 1000% a thing. So because that gay shit tends to be written so much better, gay romances to be precise, it tends to be written so much better than straight shit, because the straight narrative is so commonplace that most writers don't give it anything, don't give you anything to work on. They just go, yep, man, woman, they spend time together, therefore they are a thing. They are romantically involved, or they will be romantically involved. And the thing is, like, I said to my friends years ago that I like the Pokemon in so many ways, and Pokemon in a lot of ways, because like, you like Nintendo, we have in Zelda, right, we have like the Gerudo. And there's like literally a section in Breath of the Wild where like Link has to like dress up as a woman to go in to the settlement, and you meet a foreigner who's dressing up as a woman, but is like, the implication being that they are trans, basically. They are born male, but they prefer being feminine presenting, and so like they wear like the feminine clothing, and they're able to get into they're able to get into the Gerudo settlement. But that is the implication that they are trans, right? And then there's like the likes of Sheik from Ocarina of Time, which is Princess Zelda transformed into a man, and indicating transness, right? So there is like some level of LGBT in Nintendo's forte. And I don't know about anybody, but when it comes to Pokemon, there is a lot of shipping in Pokemon. I know like Red and Blue get shipped. They're like an old ship, but they get shipped. I know the ship that I ship is Leon and Raihan from Sword and Shield. They get shipped, and a lot of their promotional, like official art stuff, usually has them together and usually has them looking at each other. And then the same like Ash and Go as well. Like there was heavily implications that there was like this cutesy little building romance, buddying romance. It's very cute, but like because of that, I'm like, like obvious censorships are not going to go gay or anything, or have like explicit gay romance or anything like that. But at the same time, I was like, I believe in like Nintendo's, like the fact that like they have like the heavy implications of like Raihan and Leon, and well, not heavy implications, but you know what I mean. Like there's so many stories that are never made explicit, but there's so many stories that are they're implied in many ways. Like if you know subtext, you can see it. You're like, oh, there's an implication of romance between these two women or two men. You know what I mean? So I was saying to friends that like, I kind of believe in whatever, not believe. I can't remember how I phrased it. So many years ago now. But I was saying that like, if Nintendo or well, I think actually I was talking about like Nintendo overall, because they have Link and Zelda as well, and I wanted to finally see like an actual blooming romance between Link and Zelda. And we got like implications of it yet again in Breath of the Wild and a bit more in Tears of the Kingdom, but we still don't get to see them actually be together. But the implication is there that they are more than likely a thing. But like that was my point like a few years ago, that like I want to see Nintendo actually explore romantic storylines in their games, in Pokemon and in Zelda and whatever other games. I don't give a fuck about Mario. I couldn't give a fuck about that franchise at all. I'll play a few games of Mario if it's fun or not, but like I don't give a fuck about like the story or the characters or anything like that. The only character about that I actually like is like Rosaline. She's interesting. But yeah, so this implication to me, the fact that it's like which character you meet depends on your appearance for yourself in game, and the clear implication being if you choose a male character, you get the female sibling of Taunie, and if you choose a female character, you get the male of Urbain, whatever his name is. And the thing is, like, I've already seen people online be like, I'm the girl, but I want to have the girl trainer. And I'm a guy, but I want to have the guy trainer, right? I've already seen that online, and I'm the same. I absolutely want to have Tawny. Like, I'm going to choose a girl character because I'm a fucking girl, right? But I also want to have Tawny, and I don't like the fact that Game Freak, I guess, is limiting us in this way, where they're like, oh yeah, you get one or the other. They easily could have that these two are twins, and they probably are going to have it that these two are twins, like one of is your rival and the other is like, I know, the professor's assistant or something. Like, more than likely, unless it's the case that, like, you genuinely only get the one and they're not twins or anything like that, which would be sad, I guess. Like, the idea that only one of these two is going to be a rival is kind of, I'm not saying I want both of them to be a rival, but like, I'm saying that it's sad that they're limiting which one you get. You know what I mean? They should be like, hey, there's a girl option, there's a boy option, or there's a boy option, there's a girl option. Which one do you want? You know what I mean? It's a game of choices, basically. That's what Pokemon essentially is at the end of the day. It's a game of choices. You get to choose what Pokemon you catch. Like, you may like miss a Pokemon or whatever, but you can just keep trying until you get the Pokemon again. It won't be the precisely same Pokemon or whatever, but like, you'll get that Pokemon. Like a Shinx or a Shiny or whatever the fuck. And then you get to choose what Pokeball you throw at them. And if they get caught and it's like, yay, I got to get them in an Ultra Ball or whatever. You get to choose what moves they keep, what moves they use in battle. You know what I mean? In a lot of ways, Pokemon is a game of choices. We get to choose so and so many things. So the fact that they're not giving us this option of like, hey, who do you want? And that's something that Scarlet did to me as well that really annoyed me. And like the thing that's annoying me about the Pokemon games, like the way they released two games with two different legendaries, the thing that about that annoys me so much is that when it comes to Scarlet and Violet, is I wanted the Violet legendary, but I didn't like any of the like futuristic Violet Pokemon. But I wanted that legendary more than I wanted the Scarlet one. But like, and then the other thing about that one as well is that like you got two different professors, and the woman was limited to Scarlet and the man was limited to Violet. And I was just like, I want the woman professor. I want the Pokemon from Scarlet and I want the woman professor, but I want the Violet legendary more. So I went for the legendary I wanted, but like, honestly, it's such a limitation and I don't like it anymore. Like, I didn't like it much as a kid, but I like it even less now. You know what I mean? Now, in a day and age where there's slave wages, where there's a housing crisis, where there's so many different crises going on, and there's like a limited resource on money, and then Nintendo is just there, or Game Freak's just there, like, yep, here's two games where we limit your options. Where you get the Pokemon, you get the legendary you want because you choose the legendary you want, but you don't get anything else that you want. I'm like, Nintendo or fucking Game Freak, whoever the fuck is over this, stop doing this. Stop limiting our choices, please. And the same thing is with this, where they're clearly limiting which one of these two you get. If they were going to do this, they should have given you the option. Just like, hey, you're a male character. Who do you want? Do you want Urbain or Taunie? And it should be a choice. You should be allowed to choose between these two. Instead of it being like, hey, you're a girl, so you get the boy. Hey, you're a boy, you get the girl. It should be an option for you to decide on. You know what I mean? And that is bothering me. And my thought of this implication, the fact that it's limiting you, the fact that it says which character you will meet will depend on the appearance you choose for your character in game. It's implying to me that the player character, you, are going to have a romantic what's the romantic subplot, sub storyline, a romantic storyline with one of these two. And the reason why they're limiting you is because they're trying to ensure that it's a straight romance. So if you're the girl, they limit you to the boy, and if you're the boy, they limit you to the girl. It's like they're my thought process is they're going to do a romantic romantic storyline with the player character and with one of these two characters, but they're limiting you to the point to ensure that it stays a straight romance. Oh, also another example of this is in Black and White with N. There was like such tension with N, and it had like this kind of like romantic kind of like subline with it. And I don't know if Nintendo or Game Freak really, if they really, what's the word, intended for it to have such a like a romantic undertone. But like when I was playing Black and White, obviously I played the girl character because I'm a girl, so obviously I picked the girl character. And the like romantic subtitles, like the romantic context between my female character and N was just so cute. And then it was like later on I realized, oh hey, if you pick the male character, nothing is any different. So that romantic tension is still there, even with the male character. I was like, oh, it's gay as well. So I loved the implication of that, and I was like, if Nintendo actually like tried to do that, where they just had like a character in Pokemon where you had like romantic like a romantic implications with, that would be so cool. And that was sort of the case with N, whereas in my case, it happened to be straight because I picked a female character, and I didn't realize there was going to be like such tension with N. But then, I realized that it was the exact same thing for male characters. That anyone who chose like a male player got the same kind of subtext with N, like nothing had changed. So it had this romantic gay implications with the male player character and N. I was like, holy shit, yes, like yay, like ship required. You know what I mean? So I was like, if they actually did that shit on purpose, that'd be great. And they actually went forward with like the romantic subplot, however you put it, romantic storyline. And that's why I think they're limiting us like this. They're trying to they're going to do like a romantic storyline, but they're forcing it to be straight, and immediately that makes it boring to me. Like, it should be a choice. Like, if this is going to be like a romantic storyline, they should just straight up give you a choice. Like, hey, you're a male character. Who do you choose? Like, male, female. Who's your like choice here? And then as a woman, you can choose the woman, and as a man, you can choose the man if you wanted to. That's the way it should be. You know what I mean? They shouldn't be limiting people like this. Like, I get the likes of censorships, which is fucking unfortunate, but like, the idea that like I might actually get the like romantic storyline that I predicted years ago from Nintendo / Game Freak, like, I'm excited for the idea of it, but at the same time I'm disappointed by the fact that if I'm right, they're deliberately what's the word I'm looking for again? They're deliberately limiting the player to make sure that it is a quote-unquote straight ship, that is a straight pair. The player character has to be the right gender, and the romantic interest has to be the right gender. It's like, fuck you. Like, finally I might actually get like a romantic storyline done right, done interestingly, but you've immediately made it boring again by forcing it to be straight. You know? So that's what I think the implication of this is. The fact that they're limiting you to one of the two, and it depends on what your appearance is. Like, who you meet will depend on the appearance you choose for yourself. So like, literally, if you're a boy, you get her, and if you're a girl, you get him. So if you want to get the actual gender that you want, because I've seen people online also talk about this, where they're like, I'm going to choose a girl character, but I want Taunie. And I've seen the opposite as well. I was like, well, I'm a guy and I want Urbain, whatever the fuck his name is. I'm not going to be able to say his fucking name, and I'm a girl, so I'm going to end up having him as my option, and I'm not going to be able to say his fucking name. I'm going to end up just calling him Taunie. I'm like, fuck it. But like, literally just same color, different gender. Or same character, different gender. Same character, different gender. Like, literally just colors, the eyes, the eyelashes, different outfits. But they both have like the black collar and the... Yeah, like, literally just slightly different outfits, but overall same color scheme. The fact that they're color schemed so heavily like this makes me actually think we're only getting one. Like, the other won't appear in game. So like, if we get him, she won't appear at all. Like, she won't even be like a assistant or anything. Like, it's not a case that this is a storyline of twins. One of them is your rival and the other is just there. It's a case of there's one and that's it. The other won't be there. So I'll end up getting this fucking guy, and she won't be there at all. Or if I change to a male character to get her, he won't be there at all. And I shouldn't, like, this shouldn't be a thing. It shouldn't be a thing where Game Freak's like, oh, we get one or the other, and we choose for you based on whatever appearance you choose yourself. So if I actually want to get the rival that I want to have, which is Taunie, I have to choose to have a male presenting appearance in game as a player character, instead of just getting Taunie. I have to like compromise and be like, right, I guess I'll pick a male form in order to get the female character, the female rival, because I don't want the male rival, I want the female rival. So if I want the female rival, I have to quote unquote make it straight and pick the male presenting form of a player character. Also, what does the player character look like again? Because there was the option here. Hang on. So there's the girl, and she's so cute. I love her. If that's the form, I wanna have that form. Just like change the eye color or something. And then here's the male character. Both of them super cute. Like, I want to play the female character, and I want to have Taunie as my rival, but the game you can tell from the trailer, it's not going to allow that. It's not going to allow us to have two guys as rival or two girls as rivals. It's going to be boy girl rivals, and that's it. That's the options it's giving you. I'm not pleased with that. I'm not okay with that. Look how flat it looks, god damn it. That's cool, the whole parkour and everything. Yeah, see this dude, and like it's the girl, if you see that. Male character and the female character, and then there's the male player, and he'll be fighting Taunie. Also, Mega Evolution's coming back, which brings up the idea that maybe other games will bring back some of the other gimmicks, but at the same time, like maybe they'll just keep going with one gimmick and like just make Mega like a thing. Also, my question is, how are they gonna do the, you know, like Charizard, he has two forms. He has like the black and blue flamed one, and he has the other form. How are they gonna? Because like I don't have the stone for that. It's like I did get X and Y, but like I don't think I have any of those Pokemon anymore. Or I put them into home or something or whatever. But I probably don't have that stone anymore. So like, how do I like? What are they gonna do? Like, how are they gonna? Because like I want the black one. I want the like black blue flamed Charizard. That's the one I want. But I think when I got a game, I didn't realize that there was like a difference. Like I didn't realize like there was different stones and stuff. Like I didn't realize the stones were separated by a game, and I didn't realize that Charizard stone was different via a game. And I don't think I got the one I wanted. I don't think so. At least I don't remember. I don't think so. So I think I remember feeling disappointed that I didn't get the one I wanted. So also, Lucario's Omega form is just ugly to me. It's just so ugly to me. I do not like his evolution form, but I do like these forms. Hang on. Let me just... Oh, I was gonna say. Also, the player character had to dodge that as well, I just noticed. Like, female character, male rival. And then there's the male player. Also, he literally just dodged on a flamethrower. Male player. We'll probably see Taunie now in a second. Oh no, no. Where's... There's Taunie. Probably with the male character. I've lost... Shit. I've lost the... My fucking... Shit. I'm gonna have to fucking put the image back. Existing arrow. There. Because it went off screen and I couldn't get it back. Yeah. If I can play it again. I was gonna say something about the Omega Evolutions, wasn't I? Yeah. The player character just dodged that. It was a player character that just dodged the flamethrower there, which is actually kind of cool. But doesn't that indicate, though, that the player character can actually get hurt by the Pokemon's moves for a change? Because that was always something I always thought about when it comes to the animes and stuff. And it came to the games as well. Like, what if they actually played around with the idea that the player character could get hurt by the Pokemon using moves to attack them? I don't think that's new anymore. I think Legends Arceus did that, and then I think it came into Violet, Scarlet and Violet, and now it's in here as well. Mega. I don't like Lucario's Mega form, it's just so ugly to me. Yeah, I was gonna say I like these forms. I like Astral. I can't remember what's her name, but I caught one of these and I deliberately called mine Angel because the Mega Evolution had like these little wings on the side. So I have an Astral and I called her Angel. I also like this bit where the mama Pokemon, basically she's like a little baby in her pouch and her Mega Evolution is literally the baby growing up enough to be out of the pouch and fight with her. That's so cute. I just want to say that. Like, yeah, see, male player character and female rival. So male player character or female rival. They're going to limit you to a male female type of a thing.
Pokémon Legends ZA is a new title in the Pokémon series. The story takes place in Lumiose City, the largest city in the Kalos region. Prism Tower stands tall at the center of this city of beautiful vistas. These days, Lumiose is undergoing a high-tech urban redevelopment plan to turn it into a city that people and Pokémon truly share. After you arrive in Lumiose City to see the sights, you'll meet 3 Pokémon, one of which will become your first partner: Chikorita, Tepig, and Totodile. You'll choose one of these Pokémon to accompany you on a new journey as you get to know Lumiose City and its inhabitants.
I noticed the video was creeping into the red there, so I turned it down a bit.
Encounter. When you arrive in Lumiose, you'll meet a new friend and ally. Here are some of the colorful characters you'll encounter. When you arrive...
See, there's the point made again. Female character, male rival. So they're going to limit you to like a male-female thing.
Arrive in Lumiose, you'll meet a new...
And then there it is again. Male player character, female rival, and Taunie. They shouldn't limit their players like
friend and ally, either Urbain or Taunie.
Urbain, there we go.
The
Urbain.
hotel where you'll be staying is run by
again.
AZ. You'll also meet his partner, Floette. Lumiose's redevelopment is being managed by Quasartico Inc. You'll become acquainted with the company's CEO Jet and her secretary Vinny. The different people you meet will make your time in Lumiose all the richer.
See, again, female character, male rival.
And Pokemon coexist.
Female character, male rival.
Set up wild zones. These areas, located throughout Lumiose, give wild Pokemon habitats where they can thrive.
Male character, female rival.
To catch one of these wild Pokemon, aim carefully, then throw a Pokeball. If you're having a hard time catching one, have one of your Pokemon use its moves to weaken the target, making it easier to catch. This game offers a style of Pokemon battling not seen in previous titles.
The male player, and then female rival.
Longer or shorter reach, or different areas of effect. So
you know, that is cool, the fact that you can dodge moves now, that's cool.
Upper hand. Lead your partner Pokemon through...
And also, as a little aside, this bit... No, not that. I've gone a bit too far. This bit... Where...
And...
Look. See that? So, what's interesting about this is he used, I think it's called Stealth Rock, and it literally stopped this attack because it hit into one of the rocks and wasn't able to attack you because usually they don't animate that shit. Usually when it'll happen is it'll just like a text on screen will pop up like, oh, attack missed or failed because of Stealth Rock or blocked by Stealth Rock, but we never got to see it. We just got told It was the difference between it was literally being told and not shown. Now you're being shown. Right, so use Stealth Rock, use Flame Wheel. I wonder if this thing will indicate, hey, attack was blocked by Stealth Rock. Like, so yeah, okay, we didn't see any indicator that the game told you that Stealth Rock was blocked, but it did show you, and that is new. No, the games before this have not done that, where it actually showed you the character. And on top of this, like, we actually have to see the attacks actually hit now, which is brilliant. Like, it's something Pokemon fans have wanted for a while. We've always wanted this for a while. We've all wanted this for a while.
Lead your partner Pokemon through battles.
This is a Pokemon strategy I'll actually be able to get behind. Because usually I'm not one for Pokemon strategy. But now, actually getting to use moves that can block attacks. Like Stealth Rock and everything. Like, I know Protect, obviously. But that's obvious. Again, actually to see Stealth Rock used defensively where it stopped an attack from hitting you. That's fucking amazing. And obviously getting to dodge attacks as well. Like, I'm looking forward to this game. It's going to be a fun game, and I hope they keep some of the other mechanics from Legends Arceus in here as well.
And dodge incoming attacks. Swap Pokemon if you need to and find the right moment to unleash a move. What's more, certain Pokemon can go beyond evolution by undergoing Mega Evolution. When a trainer's keystone resonates with the Mega Stone held by their Pokemon, the Pokemon will do more than just change shape. It'll unlock a new level of power, turning the tide of battle in its favor.
Also, as a little aside as well, is that in this one with the trash dude,
the Pokemon will do more than just change shape.
Angel.
It'll unlock a new level of power, turning the tide of battle in its favor.
I want the blue dude. But this one, hang on, my little arrow. This one, there's two little trash dudes. Like, there's the big trash dude, but there's two little ones as well. And when your Pokemon pulls off a move, these little guys get hit as well, which is also cool. Like, the fact that, like, you're battling this guy, but these guys are also included in the battle. It kind of indicates that, like, double battles and, like, triple battles are kind of back as well, which is cool. And then, or, like, maybe, like, Legends Arceus version of, like, Legends Arceus had the, what was it, battles, the, like, herd battles kind of thing. And you're able to, like, attack the entire group of Pokemon, which is cool.
Favor.
So you can see the little stars.
As Lumiose continues its transformation into a...
You know something I want them to bring back that they haven't had in, like, a few games now? I can't remember the last game I was in, but remember those games where, like, you could build a bond with your Pokemon, you could pet them and all that sort of stuff. What I mean is, I want the ones where, like, the Pokemon would be like, oh, it loved you so much it hung on to life, you know what I mean? Instead of being one shot, it has, like, 1 HP left, whatever. And it's like, oh, because it loves you so much, it fought off poison, paralyze, sleep, whatever. Because it loves you so much, it dodged an attack. Or it critiqued an attack. It did a critic damage attack. You know what I mean? Like, because it loved you so much, it was able to do XYZ things. I need that mechanic to come back. Because I know there's, like, a little bit of it in some of the other games. But I think the last one that had, like, a really good dose of that was Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby, I think. Because I think that's the first game where it was, like, where it became, like, a main mechanic of the game. And I think it was the last time it was that in depth. Because, like, other games had, like, a little bit of that, but it was kind of like a little sprinkle of it, rather than, like, a full-on thing. You know what I mean? Like, that, I think, was the last game I was actually able to bond properly with any of my Pokemon. Because usually the two I'm able to bond with the most is my starter and my first catch. And in that game, it was the last time I was able to bond with my starter and first catch. Because, like, those are the ones I can usually bond with. I can usually bond with some of the others as well. But, like, that whole mechanic of because they loved you, XYZ thing happened. It really helped with the whole bonding thing because I felt like you were kind of like loved back. You know what I mean? And like the fact that no other game really did that to that degree since it made bonding with Pokemon so much harder. So the last Pokemon I've been able to bond with have been years ago and games ago. You know what I mean? So I want them to bring some level of that back. So like imagine in this game you can use moves to actually block, use moves you can actually dodge, and then they have bring that mechanic of hey you're able to like pet your Pokemon and bathe them and it leads to them like caring enough about you that they can be like hey I loved you so much I dodged or hey I loved you so much I fought off poison, all these other things because I can't remember that mechanic really being in any of the games since. Or at least not to the degree that I remember it as.
That belongs to both people and Pokemon? Who knows what kinds of encounters and experiences will await you? Pokemon Legends
Also this little bit where you're on like the roof.
Belongs to both people and Pokemon? Who knows what kinds of encounters and experiences will await you?
That's such a cute little setup right there. You basically have like a balcony, like a full outside balcony type of a deal. That's so cool. It may like the fact that this is such a cozy little spot makes me think like what if this like your apartment building or something and this is where you live. You know what I mean? It's such a cozy little spot. I guess I don't know why, because like that doesn't really matter having like an apartment to live in game because like why would that matter? But still, just the implication because like it's so cozy. Like it might be a place where like to be fair you don't really see anyone else there. So maybe I don't know. It's probably like a cutscene or something that like you come out here, you look at the sky, and then someone comes out from behind you like, oh, let's talk about details or whatever. But I don't know, the idea that this is like a little cozy little place for your apartment, like you live in the building and this it's like a you know what I mean? I don't know, it just gives the idea. Wish fulfillment, you know what I mean? I don't know what it's about them.
Pokemon Legends ZA. Coming late 2025.
When I first saw this as well, I was like, oh, it's 2024, so it won't be until next year. And then I was like, wait a fucking minute, it is 2025, so it's coming out this year. It's coming out late this year, but it's coming out this year. When I first saw that, I was like, oh, next year. I was like, wait a minute. It shows you like how out of bounds it is. The idea that like I forgot that this is 2025 and not 2024. What? Okay, well that's clearly an indicator of Lumio City. Oh, do you know what I think that is? That's probably like the opening cutscene. That's probably what that is. So the way with Legends Arceus, the opening cutscene was like pitch black and there was like a light. And like you opening your eyes to the pitch darkness. This is like a callback to this, because this is like a Legends game. Like Legends Arceus, pitch black, and you had a moment where like you opened your eyes and there's brightness and light or whatever. And then this, you open your eyes and then your Pokemon, Pokedex, your Pokephone. Hang on. This is a promotional match announcement. And that right there is Lumiose Tower. The Tower of Lumiose. So it's clear it must be like the opening cutscene of Legend ZA for Lumiose City.
Pokemon Legends ZA is scheduled to release in late 2025. We hope everybody can wait just a little longer for their adventures in Lumiose City to begin. That concludes our announcements for today. Thank you very much for watching.
Hi, Pikachu. See ya, Pikachu. Oh, yeah.